Welcome to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Hailey Rowe. I'm a sales and marketing coach and strategist for health coaches, life coaches, and wellness professionals who want to become a leader in their field by building their online community, rocking their sales process, and finally feeling confident about how they promote themselves and their marketing. On this show, we talk about tips to grow your business, save yourself time, and finally be able to create a sustainable, profitable business. Let's get into it. Today, you are in for a treat because you get to meet my amazing client, Kristin. She's our client at Power Player, which is the company that I co-founded with my business partner, Paul. And together, Paul and I help you amplify your online influence, authority, and reach so that you can convert more sales. And we do things for you so that you can focus on your coaching. So if you've already worked with a business coach or you're working with me as a business coach and you're ready to take the next step and actually get some of your marketing processes automated, taken off of your hands so that you can focus on coaching and what you're best at, this episode is going to be good for you to listen to because you'll get to hear how with Kristin, through our services, she was able to not only book a $4,000 client, book a $2,000 client, but she was able to get an amazing part-time corporate coaching job opportunity that, to be honest with you, was quite juicy as far as the compensation and the opportunity. And so this all happened with about 6 weeks under our belt, and she's continuing to work with us, and we're just getting started. But this is a great episode to just hear the progress, hear the confidence that Kristin has gained in her business, and I'm so excited to dive in. Here we go. I am here today with Kristin Taylor, and she is one of our clients. And Kristin, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you for having this conversation with me. So yes, my name is Kristin Taylor, and I am a life and executive coach. My background is as a mental health therapist, trained as a mental health therapist, so it very much informs the coaching I do, which is to say I support people around managing difficult emotions like fear, anger, and anxiety, particularly as it impacts people in the workplace.
Yeah. And you have such a powerful mission wanting to help people end their emotional suffering and their over drinking, overreacting, and it manifesting into their life in troubling ways. So one of the things that you came to us with was this powerful mission, but you weren't quite sure, what do I do with this marketing wise, right? So tell us a little bit about where you were in your business when you first met us and what you were struggling with, and then we can go from there.
Right. So what I was doing is I was trying to pivot to higher paying clients. And I'd been using ProFinder on LinkedIn, and I was promised through the organization that helped me with ProFinder was that I was going to get, this high level client. And I kept getting people who could barely afford my services. And so it just felt like it was this race to try to find clients, like someone's interested in a coach and everyone would throw their name in the hat. And then on occasion, I would get them for a consultation and they were like, I can afford $25 an hour. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So it just felt like a phenomenal waste of time. And so I knew that what I do is powerful. And I know that what I do is I'm good at it, but I didn't know how to position myself in front of the type of clients that were really perfect for me in terms of they were struggling with some of the issues I deal with, but also that they could pay at a much higher ticket price. So in working, Hailey, with you and Paul, I was able to get my message out to the right people. And then I just started having conversations with people I otherwise never would have met. And suddenly I'm saying, yes, it costs this much, which I'd never said to any client. And they're like, all right, well, why don't you send the invoice? Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. And so it was really exciting. It was immediate. Like in the first month, suddenly I had 3 clients that were saying, $15,000.
And the most important thing there, Kristin, as you know now, is, and as you probably knew, but is that you can't comprehensively help anyone or solve their problems for $25 an hour. So even though someone might accuse us of saying, well, hang on a minute, but why don't you help those people? You would be helping them less by trying to solve their problem for $25 an hour. Now you have the capacity to actually spend more targeted, focused time with someone and really help them through their problems. And that's why the higher ticket price is justified, because of the value that you provide.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. So it just felt like the ROI was so immediate, the return on the investment was so quick that it just felt like a no-brainer, because I would not have had the conversations and opened up the relationships and the current work as potential work that I've been able to set up for my future if I had not met you both.
That is awesome. Thank you. And one thing I want to ask you about is, I think you said, because a lot of people do say this to us when we say, so where does your work come from now? Almost everyone says the R word, referrals. And those referrals don't stop because you do work with people like us. You get more of those referrals. But have you found that there's and not putting words in your mouth, but have you found that there's a certain comfort to knowing that you don't need to rely only on referrals?
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's nothing worse than feeling like every single month you have to hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I should say, there's nothing worse than every single month I need to hustle. And every single month it feels like I'm just starting all over again. What is it going to be like? Will I be lucky?
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like there's more of this abundance of conversations that can be had with potential clients.
Awesome. Because our whole thing is, you're already succeeding at what you do. We say we want to put you in front of a more targeted audience more frequently than you normally do, in more places than you normally do, and do it for you so that you literally could be sleeping while we're doing it for you. We're not doing anything you probably couldn't do yourself. We're just doing all of those other things for you that would make it humanly impossible to do it on your own. But to get those kind of results, and the most important thing there as well is, you pointed out, building things that can turn into stuff as well. It's wonderful to have the work, but it's also nice to know that one day someone's going to come back and say, I'm ready to go, which is awesome, because that's just like free money right there.
Yeah, yeah. And then even the clients that I had, one person who, that's exactly right, who we've been working with, and our time is coming to a close, and he looked at me and said, I'm gonna miss this. Does this have to end? Like, of course not. Like, my dream. Of course not. To be able to build those relationships, and I never would have met this human being had it not been for what you all do behind the scenes. That I spend my time doing, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Love fest. Hugs all around. virtual hugging the computer right now.
We would love to hear what projects you're working on right now, what you're excited about with your current business, and how you're feeling moving forward.
Yeah, so some of the projects, so I have really 3 main projects that I'm working on. Well, 4, but 3 that came directly from you all. One is there is, can I tell you the name of the projects, or is that weird if I tell you the name of the projects?
No.
So yeah, so one is called Mooditude. It's an app, and it helps. It's a mental health app, and so they have different contributors like myself. And so I am creating content for them, and I get a certain amount of royalty based on the users. So that's been really fun, and they're great people. Another one is called Mindful Text, and they work with corporations, and they've hired me on as their corporate coach to help with mindfulness and empathy.
Nice.
Another is that I have been hired as a part-time coach for a startup organization that allows me to still make a good money from what they're doing, as well as continue with my private practice.
That's awesome.
That's very cool.
And that's all because of you guys. Like, I never would have met these people. I never would have.
That's awesome.
Liked the message, and they reached out, and we had a fruitful conversation.
And you've sent people to us, and are still sending people to us that we would never have met without you. So it's just the love that makes the world go around.
Yes.
Well, such a pleasure to know you and be on board with you, have you on board with us, and be a part of your team. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Plenty more successes to come, we hope.
Yes. I hope so too.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. And if you liked it and want to reserve your very own free sales audit, go to haileyrowe.com/strategy-call to book your very own free sales audit. On the call, we'll talk more about the common concerns you get from your ideal clients, how to overcome those concerns, how to coach through objections, how to change your mindset around sales, and improve your sales process so you can be closing and converting more clients. I can't wait to connect with you, and go to haileyrowe.com/strategy-call to take the first step. Thanks so much. Have a good day.